You're live.
Okay. Call to order. Good evening, everyone. I am Todd Doyle, Chair of the Zoning Board of Appeals, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's virtual meeting. For the record, I'd like to note that the required meeting agenda and application materials are all available on the town website. This meeting is being conducted in a virtual format in accordance with the Freedom of Information Act as amended by Public Act 21-2, which authorizes municipalities to conduct public meetings virtually. Will the associate planner please call the roll?
Certainly. Let's see. I will start with you, Commissioner Doyle.
Present.
Commissioner D'Amato.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson is not here. Commissioner DiMatteo.
Here.
Commissioner Harris.
Here.
I believe that is it. We do not have Commissioner, is it Bunera? Is she the new alternate?
I don't think we've met her yet, Brian.
Oh, okay. Yep. And that's it. I believe that's the complete role.
Okay.
Mike,
All right.
Mike Johnson just sent an email asking for the link, so I just sent it to him, so he may be on in a minute.
Terrific.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Public. For the record, I'd like to note that we do have a quorum for the board meeting tonight. We have 4 out of the 5. We're expecting the 5th. Is that Mr. Johnson?
Says MJ.
Hey, Mike. Welcome.
Thank you,
All right.
Mike.
Good to have you here. All right.
Appreciate it.
So for the record, I'd like to note that we do have a full quorum of the board tonight. Commission members and town staff are participating via WebEx. Members of the public may view the meeting live on West Hartford Community Television at www.whctv.org and www.youtube/WCTV5. The meeting is also being recorded for on-demand viewing and will be available on the town's website for at least 45 days. I'd now like to outline for attendees the rules of engagement and how the commission operates the public hearing. Those presenting or commenting should state their name and address for the record. Please spell your name. Commissioners may ask questions during testimony of the applicant, and questions and comments should be directed through the chair and only after recognition by the chair, including follow-ups. Following testimony of the applicant, the public will have a chance to comment on the current application. First, those in favor, and then any opposed to the application. And upon conclusion of the public's comments, the applicant will have an opportunity to address any opinions expressed. Upon conclusion of the applicant's rebuttal, and if there are no further questions from commissioners, the public hearing will be closed. It is the practice of the commission to render a decision on an application the same night, following all items on the public meeting agenda. I'd like to conclude by thanking everyone in advance for their patience. I know it can be a little bit clunky with the virtual format, and just so the applicant knows, you will see from time to time some of us looking at different documents or looking at our phones or iPads. It's because we do have all this information on different screens, and we are focused in on the application, but we're often viewing these items digitally. So with that, will the associate planner please read the legal notice?
Mr. Chairman, certainly. The Zoning Board of Appeals special meeting and public hearing agenda, Wednesday, December 15th, 2021, virtual meeting. Virtual meeting viewing instructions. Members of the public can view the meeting live on YouTube at https://u2, that's youtu.be/B M B3 F A 6 V P E and L, or on West Hartford Community Television at www.whctv.org and www.youtube/WHCTV5. The meeting is also being recorded for on-demand viewing and will be available on the town's website for at least 45 days. Audio comment. Any interested person may participate in real time by calling 1-408-418-9388 and using the following access code, 2347-589-4258 at 6 p.m. Participants using caller ID blocking will not be permitted to participate. Participants will be called on in the order in which their call was received. When prompted by the chair and/or moderator, participants will have their permission to speak on matters germane to the hearing. Written comment. Any interested person may submit a written comment via email to comment.tpz@westhartfordct.gov or via mail, attention to Town Plan and Zoning Commission, Town Plan and Zoning Office, Room 214, Town Hall, 50 South Main Street, West Hartford, Connecticut, 06107. Written comments will be made part of the record at the December 15th, 2021 public hearing and posted on the town's website. In order to be included as part of the record, comments must meet the following requirements. Comments must be received no later than 3:30 p.m. on December 15th, 2021. The subject of the email shall be application number and address, ZBA 15th public hearing. The body of the email must begin with the interested person's full name and street address. Comments must be germane to the application and no longer than 500 words. On to new business items. This will be number 14-21, 301 North Main Street. Petition of Frank Ayeta requesting a renewal to the special exception in order to maintain a customary home occupation as a physician's office as an accessory use to the residence per section 177-49C for a period of 5 years per plans on file R13 zone. That concludes my part, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pudlick. And the applicant may now proceed with their presentation. Mr. Ayeta.
Okay. So my name is Dr. Frank Ayeta. I'm a naturopathic physician. I've been practicing in this location at 301 North Main Street for 20 years. So this is, I was with you. I was here 5 years ago, actually in person. So this is a little new for me. As a naturopathic physician, I see patients on typically an hourly, half-hour to hourly basis. It's appointment only. Patients just they come in through the front door. They come right into my office, into the room that I'm sitting in right now, and I have parking out in the yard. I have plenty of parking spots out there. I only see one patient at a time. There's never a backlog of patients. And you can see through my application the layout of the office. I use a small room. I have a little room that I'm in right now, and then I have a little treatment room with a little exam table. And that's it. If you have any questions for me regarding my practice, be more than happy to answer them for you.
No, thank you very much for that. And no changes to the operation of your business versus what you've been doing for the last few years. No changes in hours.
The only change has been I'm seeing a lot more patients in this fashion, so I'm actually seeing less in-office patients. I'm doing a lot of Zoom meetings with patients and so forth. So it's really quiet over here, so I'd actually, patients, they do come in time to time if I have to, do some examinations and whatnot. But a lot of my patients are long-standing patients that I've had for, decades. And a lot of them just feel more comfortable doing it in a virtual platform or over the phone. So yeah, but no other changes. Everything's exactly the same as it's been for the last 20 years.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And Mr. Pudlick, are there any notices in the file, any calls, letters? No. Okay. All right. Questions from any other members of the commission? Seeing none. Do we have anybody in the public? Mr. Moderator, do we have anybody in the public wishing to speak in favor of the application?
Mr. Chairman, at this time, it does not appear as though we have any call-ins.
Okay, so nobody in favor, nobody opposed to the application. Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Ayeta, I thank you for your presentation. Thank you for conducting your business in the town. Typically, as you know from being here in the past, what we'll do is after we've heard all of our applications for this evening, of which you are the one and only, we will then go to we'll then confer amongst ourselves and make a decision on your application. You're welcome to stay and listen to our deliberations, or you can call the office in the morning, or you can even wait for our decision via the U.S. mail. But of course, you're welcome to stay on and hear our deliberations. And I'm anticipating that it won't take long. So with that, again, thank you for the application and thank you for your presentation. And that closes the public portion of our meeting. So the first order of business, fellow commissioners, is to vote on 14-21. And I would like to move to approve 14-21. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Harris, thank you. And, this seems pretty cut and dry to me. This guy's been in town for 20 years. No complaints in the file. He's doing a good business there. He's actually doing less business that might be considered to interfere with the neighborhood, post-pandemic than he was before. So I'm inclined to grant this extension. Anybody else have an opinion they'd like to voice? Okay. Sensing we're ready to vote, Mr. Associate Planner, would you please do a roll call vote for us? And I believe you're on mute, Brian.
Apologize for that. Mr. Chairman, we'll start with you. So Todd Doyle.
Approve.
Michael D'Amato.
Approve.
Michael Johnson.
Aye.
Angelo DiMatteo.
Yes.
John Harris.
Approve.
Thank you. And then I believe I see Kristen Levesque here as well. Are you an alternate commissioner, Ms. Levesque? I'm sorry. This is my first time being back with the ZBA in quite some time, and I haven't had an opportunity to meet you, so I apologize for that. So you're an alternate member. I don't believe you'll be voting though tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's correct.
Hello, Kristen. Welcome. Okay, so that's a full unanimous
Yes.
approval, and that application is approved and passed. Brian, you said we had some meeting minutes.
Thank you so much.
We do, yes. It appears as though we have some minutes that have been hanging around since May. And so we've got Commissioner D'Amato, Commissioner Doyle, Commissioner Harris that can vote on these. And so I double checked the bylaws today just to make sure that we only needed 3 for minutes, and that is the case. So I will leave that to somebody then to make a motion on those minutes if they'd have had an opportunity to review them.
Move they be approved.
And I'll second that, Brian.
Thank you.
Do we want to do them separately? Because I can vote on one, but I can't vote on the October meeting.
Yes, this is the May minutes, I believe, right, Brian?
Yep, these will be the May minutes. So let me just do that. So I'm sorry. What was the motion was
Motion
Harris
to approve.
and Doyle.
and Todd Doyle. Okay, so I'll just do a roll call vote now. Commissioner D'Amato,
Aye.
Commissioner Doyle,
Aye.
and Commissioner Harris.
Aye.
Okay, excellent. 3-0. And the next order of business will be the October minutes. And voting on those minutes will be Commissioner Doyle, Commissioner DiMatteo, Commissioner Johnson, and Commissioner Harris. And so I will again suggest that the motion be made.
I'll make that motion, Brian.
Second.
Very good. Roll call now. Commissioner Doyle,
Approve.
Commissioner DiMatteo,
Approve.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
And Commissioner Harris.
Approve.
Thank you. All right, moving swiftly ahead, we have the meeting calendar for 2022. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the proposed dates for 2022? And does anybody have any issues with those dates? No. Everybody's good? Okay, so we'll just need we'll need a motion on that as well.
Move to approve the calendar for 2022.
Second.
Okay, and so we'll just run through a vote on that. So Commissioner Doyle,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Amato,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner DiMatteo,
Yes.
Commissioner Harris.
Yes.
Thank you. And election of officers for 2022. Mr.
Brian,
Chairman, I'm going to leave this to you to moderate.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask if we could renominate Todd.
I don't think you can. I appreciate the vote of confidence, Mr. Johnson, but I think I have done my 2 terms and I am turning into a pumpkin. I think this is high time in the tradition of the commission to nominate the current vice chair as chair for 2022. And maybe you, Mr. Johnson, would be a good candidate for the vice chair. I'd like to nominate you for vice chair for 2022.
Does that need a second? If so, second.
So
Do we
all
do
right,
them
so,
separately, Brian?
if everybody's agreeable on the chair and vice chair, and you just want to package them up, we could do a motion and a second on both at the same time. And so the motion was Commissioner Doyle and Commissioner Harris, and the chair position would go to Commissioner DiMatteo. Is that right?
That's the motion with a vice chair to Commissioner Johnson,
Okay. And
who's either on mute or hasn't thought enough about it to complain yet. So I say we go with it.
all right. So if everybody is agreeable with that, I will. If we are in a position to vote, I'll just go ahead and run through it then. Commissioner Doyle,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Amato,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner DiMatteo,
Yes.
Commissioner Harris.
Yes.
Very good. So that is what we will have beginning.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations. We'll start
Great
next
job.
meeting, I suppose. And that was everything on our agenda for this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well, maybe our new alternate can make a motion for us to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms.
And I'll
Levesque.
second that. And Mr. Pudlick, if you want to give us a roll call vote.
Certainly. Commissioner Doyle,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Amato,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Doyle, excuse me, DiMatteo,
Yes.
Commissioner Harris.
Yes.
That's 5, but I gotta get Ms. Levesque in
Absolutely.
here as well. Okay. Ms. Levesque,
Yes.
thank you. All right, very good. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all your help with this evening, and I apologize if I was rambling a little bit here. I'm a little rusty.
No, you put it through with military efficiency. Thank you, Brian.
All right.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah, happy holidays, and we'll take care.
See you in
soon.
2022.
January.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take
All
care,
right.
guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.